Welcome back to the channel. I'm BRAVExHERO, and today we're going to be talking about one of the highest DPS supers in the game. But what if I told you that nobody's using this super properly? Shoot, what if by the end of this video, you're not even using Arc 3.0? Crazy, right? Well, in today's video, we're going to be covering everything about this super and how you can maximize it for PvE. If you enjoyed today's video, then do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Also, if this is the first time you find my channel and you're enjoying the content, then you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on all notifications. Now let's get into the breakdown of this super. Now we're going to be looking at multiple supers today, and we're going to be pairing it with a specific exotic. Now I fell down this rabbit hole because I wanted to know how much damage Gathering Storm would do in PvE. So I headed over to Nessus and went over to the Conflux Lost sector because I wanted to test some damage numbers. And right off the bat, this super does 161,409 damage, which is pretty impressive for just the super alone. Now I could have called it a day and just left it at that, but I was curious, and this is how I fell down the rabbit hole. Now this super does a lot of damage compared to the other Arc Strider class, and I wanted more damage. So I decided to go with the exotic Star Eater Scales. Now this exotic comes with the exotic perk Feast of Light. And to summarize all that right there, guys, when you pick up Orbs of Power after your super is fully charged, you gain bonus damage per each orb you pick up. And this stacks up to 4 times. So once you see Feast of Light times 4, you are completely maxed out on that bonus damage. There are other things like the burst of healing when you cast your super, and at maximum overcharge, you gain an overshield in your super. Now with this exotic on, we went back to the Conflux Lost sector, and my god, we had a 70% increase in our super damage. We did a total of 274,393 damage. Guys, that's a 70% increase in damage just by using an exotic. And this is where I fell down the rabbit hole. I called up a few friends, we all jumped in chat, and we wanted to test which super has the highest DPS output. So we hopped into the Grasp of Avarice and we went up to the first boss to test our damage. So in a head-to-head, we put the Thunder Crash super paired alongside the Curse of the Falling Star. And against our ogre friend here, we did 586,608 damage. At the same time, we tested the Night Stalker super paired alongside the Orpheus rig, and we went with Mobius Quiver. This exotic combo gives us 3 tether shots, and it totaled 362,234 damage. So immediately, you can tell that the Thunder Crash with Curse of the Falling Star is much stronger than Orpheus rig and the Mobius Quiver tether. But what about Gathering Storm? Can it hold a candle to the Thunder Crash? Without Star Eater Scales, it did 421,728 damage. So immediately you can tell that the Curse of the Falling Star Thunder Crash Titan does more damage. But when we put on Star Eater Scales with Gathering Storm, we totaled 541,390 damage. So the Gathering Storm with Star Eater Scales, it actually goes neck and neck with the Thunder Crash Curse of the Falling Star Titan. Maybe with a couple thousand here and there. But what if I told you that we didn't stop there? We were determined, guys. And this is where things got a little crazy. We decided to try Blade Barrage. Now Blade Barrage by itself against our ogre friend here did 565,883,000 damage. Guys, it blew both of these supers out of the water. But we didn't stop there. We decided to pair Star Eater Scales with the Blade Barrage super, and we got 709,978 damage. Guys, it blew all the supers out of the water. And just like most things, we couldn't rely on one test. We thought it was a fluke. There's no way Blade Barrage with Star Eater Scales was doing that much damage. So we ran the test again, and yep, we totaled over 700,000 damage. But I wasn't satisfied with that test. So I went back to Nessus and went to the Conflux Lost sector to test again. And in this side-by-side screenshot, you can tell that it was a 155% damage increase when you add the Star Eater Scales to the Blade Barrage super. As you can tell, Blade Barrage paired alongside the Star Eater Scales does an insane amount of damage. But okay. Let me end it with this. There are pros and cons to using Star Eater Scales. Number 1, guys, biggest con here. You can't die. Because if you die, you'll lose all your Feast of Light. But here is the counter to that. Star Eater Scales is a swap exotic. When your super is fully charged and you're about to do DPS damage to a raid boss, a Grandmaster boss, this is when you want to swap to the Star Eater scales. Now I know what some of you are thinking.
Okay, Brave, but how am I gonna get Feast of Light if I just swap to it?
How often is someone using a bubble or a Well of Radiance and they activate it right before the DPS damage phase? And there you go, guys. You'll be able to pick up those orbs right away, get Feast of Light ×4, and deal massive amounts of damage. Now for those of you taking on solo content, maybe you're grinding for exotics in lost sectors. Brave, how do I get myself Feast of Light? Well, it's simple. You want to use mods such as Void Siphon, Arc Siphon, and Solar Siphon, and just make sure you're using the corresponding element so you can generate those orbs of power. And there you have it, guys. This video is a little bit shorter than usual, but I was really impressed on how much damage this super dealt. I'm really impressed with Blade Barrage, but not only that, I'm actually impressed with Gathering Storm. It did fairly well. As for the haters out there hating on the Star Eater scales, saying it's a stupid exotic, I'm gonna be swapping to it. When it comes to damage phase, if I can just deal a little bit more damage, then I'm gonna do it. Shoot, what else am I gonna use? Stompies? Stompies aren't gonna give me bonus damage in PvE. And there you have it. If you enjoyed today's video, then do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Also, if you're new, guys, click that subscribe button. It's super quick to do. Click it, it really helps me out. We're growing the BRAVExHERO family, the Hero Squad. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.